Lincoln Center, we are a community center, and our mission is very simple, that we want to empower and educate our youth, our families, and our community through opportunity. So we knew it was going to be a challenge year one when it came to funding, because we were a new nonprofit, we were a Black nonprofit, and it's a Black woman-led nonprofit. Studies show that Black women-led nonprofits receive less money than anyone else when it comes to funding. So I knew that those were challenges that we were going to face, but RDA quickly became a friend of ours. And so being able to just talk and go through the school and show what we wanted, because at that point in time there was nothing there. I think we were able to convey very quickly our mission and our vision, not just for TMBC, but for the community. So the first grant that we received was what we call shared operational services, and this was actually like a pilot program where nonprofits, Black nonprofits that had limited resources, could share the costs of having high quality, high impact services when it comes to accounting, marketing, HR, and legal. And we would share that cost every month to have those services available to us, which makes things a lot easier, especially for new nonprofits. So we came in with 5 nonprofits who at varying levels needed accounting services. We were able to hire a Black CPA, sticking with our mission, staying mission focused, and on different levels, people were able to benefit from that service. Part of that was also for us to receive marketing from Total Solutions, which really, for me as executive director, gave us the, what's the word I'm looking for? Gave us the confidence to go out into the community, because we had a logo, because we had a website, because we had templates for letterhead and for PowerPoints. That stuff was so important that we couldn't do. But thanks to that grant, we were able to get that done. And updates on both of those services. The Black CPA it's not announced, so I'm not going to say who, but she has been hired by a large nonprofit to do those same services for Black nonprofits in the Quad Cities. And Total Solutions, based on their work with us and that pilot program, has put together a $2,500 package for all nonprofits to be able to get those same services. So just from us taking that step, and thanks to the RDA for that grant, we're now all kinds of people are able to benefit from those services based on the work that they were able to do with the Lincoln Center. The next grant that we received was a business technical grant. There's wonderful partnership, and this hasn't been announced yet, so you guys are getting firsthand knowledge, with Rhythm City Casino, IH Mississippi Valley Credit Union, Essence Construction, and RDA for a business center and a community meeting room in the Lincoln Center. The business center is so important. I had a boxer from downstairs at the boxing club come up and say, hey, I need your help. And he's a boxer, so I'm like, what can I help you with? And he says, hey, I need something printed. I have my first fight. I got my contract, but the promoter is from out of town, and I have no way to print this contract off. And if I don't get it to him by tonight, I can't fight. I said, well, send it to me. I'll print it off for you. So we were able to print it off, sign and scan it, and get it back to the promoter. But I got to thinking, like, how many times is that a barrier to somebody, that they just don't have access to the printer? Or how many times have people not been able to apply for a job because they don't have access to the internet or to a computer? So that was how the idea of the business center came about. And we talked about it, and now it's actually happening. Like, the furniture got delivered, the technology is here, we're getting ready to get things set up. And that is just gonna be one more thing for the community that gives them that empowerment and that education through opportunity. And then the last grant that we received was our bridge grant. So when I came to the Lincoln Center, they couldn't pay me, right? But I believed so much in what they were doing. I told you, I said, I'll volunteer 40 hours a week, and I'll work. And when the community understands what we're doing here, the money will come. So I volunteered for a whole year, right? And then we were able to write a grant that not only was able to pay me a salary, but we were able to hire an assistant director who is just wonderful. It's a young man, it's our future, it's our next generation. Not only is he well educated, but he is so passionate about our community. And then through art, we were able to bring in a secretary who's helping me today, maintenance, and then we also were able to hire a custodian. We are definitely getting more people, more attraction into the school, so we always need to make sure it's maintained. And so those are the things that we've been able to do. with the funds. A lot of what I hear about, and it should be talked about, is sustainability. Are they going to be able to be here in 5 years, in 10 years? As an executive director, I do look at things a little bit different. I feel like the people are what makes us sustainable as a community center. As long as we're still dealing with disparities in education, in income, in health, in crime, there is always going to be a need for a Lincoln Center. And that's what we're here for. So the people will make us sustainable as long as we're doing what we're trying to do to help them. We'll always have someone to help, someone to direct, someone to provide a resource for, a service for. So we'll be sustainable. I'll tell you, the Lincoln Center's not going anywhere. And I want to thank you, RDA, for being a friend for us, because it's not always easy to say, yes, we're going to help you without a proven track record, without that data. So I thank you for helping us, for always being there for us, and for helping us live out our mission and staying mission focused of educating and empowering.